All right, notice this meeting is being held in accordance with the public laws of 1975, Chapter 231. An adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by a notice sent to the Star Ledger, the local source, and posted in the main lobby of the municipal building and on the Township website. May I ask Union County Vice Commander David Pennant from American Legion Post 228 to please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And may I ask everybody to please remain standing for a moment of silence for our service members serving abroad and near. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mayor Kaiser.
Present.
Deputy Mayor Weber.
Here.
Committeeman Capides is absent. Committeewoman Du Bois. Here. Committeeman Huber.
Okay. Seeing a roll, we are ready to rock and roll. Committeeman Capides is not with us because his daughter is being inducted into the National Honor Society this evening. So congratulations to Madison Capides and then everybody who's getting inducted. I know that's a big deal. So congratulations. Programming note. Everybody hang tight with us. Instead of having an executive session, which we normally do at the end of the meeting, we're going to flip that to the beginning of the meeting, and we're going to enter into the executive session now. So, Madam Clerk, would you please read the resolution?
Yes. Resolution 121322, whereas Article 6 of the Open Public Meetings Act provides that a public body may hold a closed session, and whereas the Township Committee will, during this meeting, enter into discussion of the following matters: attorney-client privilege and contract negotiation, solid waste and recycling. Whereas the matters to be discussed in closed session are to remain in the strictest of confidence by all Township Committee members in furtherance of their fiduciary duties to the Township. Now, therefore, be it resolved, matters discussed at this meeting will be released to the public when the reasons for discussing and acting upon them in closed session no longer exists. I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes carry. We'll be right back, and we will be taking action after.
So,
Motion to start.
Everybody, welcome back. Do I have a motion to?
second.
Second, wow, okay, we are quick. All in favor? Ayes, I think we're back, everybody. Proclamations and announcements, my favorite part of the night. We have a menorah lighting on Sunday, December 18th, beginning at 4:30 p.m. at Veterans Park. It's always a fun time. I'm the last one that gets to ride in the bucket truck, hopefully, so I'm very excited about that. So join us for the menorah lighting. I think there's going to be donuts, latkes, hot chocolate.
Lady pancakes.
I think that's a latke. While not Jewish, I do think that is a latke. What else? And I think candy. I think there's going to be like 1,000-something candy coins.
Lots of chocolate coins.
So,
it's fun.
come join us for the menorah lighting. On Saturday, I went out of order a little bit. There is the National Wreaths Across America Day ceremony. It's sponsored by the Church and Canon chapter of the National Daughters of the American Revolution. It's going to be noon on Saturday, December 17th in the municipal building right here in the council chambers. I think we have a whole events planned. I think we're starting here. I think we're then walking, or you can walk to the cemetery. I'm getting the nod of approval. And I think there's going to be wreaths laid by active and retired service members. So if anybody is around on Saturday, come and join us for that. With that being said, I do have a proclamation that I'll read tonight in honor of that, and then we'll take a picture. Proclamation for Wreaths Across America, designating December 17th, 2022, National Wreaths Across America Day. Whereas Wreaths Across America is a national nonprofit organization founded in 2007 to continue and expand the annual wreath-laying ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery, begun by marine businessman Morrill Westchester in 1992. Whereas Wreaths Across America's mission is to remember the fallen, honor those who serve, and teach the next generation about the true cost of freedom. Whereas Wreaths Across America is made up of more than 3,600 participating locations across this country, run by dedicated volunteers looking to share the mission to remember, honor, teach through annual wreath-laying ceremonies each December and awareness and education events throughout the year. Now, therefore, I, Alexander Kaiser, Mayor of the Township of Springfield, on behalf of the Township Committee, do hereby proclaim December 17, 2022 as National Wreaths Across America Day in the Township of Springfield, and extend thanks and appreciation to our volunteers and Gold Star families for their service and sacrifice, and to Wreaths Across America for bringing this honor to our community. So, would Heather Sanford of the National Society of Daughters of the Revolution please step on up? Anybody else with you? Come on up while I don't have your name. Photographer. And we continue. Now is the fun time. My favorite people are in the audience. We're going to do certificates of merit. And this is going to be presented by the bid co-chairs Scott Seidel and Mike Scalera. And we're going to be presenting them to a Miss Jennifer Sherman, a Miss Jennifer Law, a Jenny Udell, and a Monty Aaron Crowns. Now, I don't see everybody here tonight. We got 50%. So, Jen Squared, come on up. Before we come on up and take a picture with your certificates, you guys and everybody involved that is walking up did a remarkable job with the street fair this year. We couldn't have done it without you guys. It continues to get better and better each year, and that's a credit to all of you. I will just say that there better be a mayor's pick. What are we doing next year? I don't know. We have some ideas.
You won't be the mayor, but now you have ideas.
I may be deputy, but we'll do a deputy mayor tournament. Everybody come on up. Cornhole.
It sounded like a tongue twister.
Ray, we didn't vote on it yet. No.
Yeah, you should show your, are they right side up?
Thank you.
I do have little gift cards. Thank you both.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you, guys.
Jenny and Marcia, you are here, but without you guys, nobody understands how much work is involved. And spend a lot of time working on it. We got our best people.
No, it seriously was. So thank you guys for all your work, and especially both bid chairs, Scott and Mike. You also, you put a ton of effort into doing a lot of community events throughout the year, and a lot of stuff that people, I think, just sometimes take for granted, and then but it somehow gets done, and it's thanks to you guys. So I appreciate you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Nice. Good luck. And public comment. We move on to public comment and agenda items only. If you're in the audience, you can step on up. Chief, can I just ask? Move the podium. Thank you. If you're in the audience, you can step on up for public comment on agenda items only. If you are at home, you can participate by calling in at 973-232-4442. That number, once again, is 973-232-4442. Anybody on public comment on agenda items only? Seeing no one stepping up and seeing no one calling, I will close the public comment portion on agenda items only and move on to reports. Mr. Administrator, please take it away.
Good evening, everyone. A couple of items I just want to touch on. Our leaf collection, the department is just about done with the third pass for the entire town. Street sweeper was dispatched behind the third pass and will remain on the road as we continue to remove spot piles. But pretty much everything's cleaned up. So far, we have removed 7,500 yards of leaves year to date, and we're not quite finished. Paving, the final bid award for 2022 consisted of 8 streets: Short Hills Ave, Prophet Park, Rose Ave, which consisted of mill and overlay, were just completed yesterday. Wilson Road, Edison, High Point Drive, Hampshire Court require curbing and drainage, and weather may push the remaining portions of the project into 2023. We may not be able to do those this year because of weather-related items. A couple other things I want to touch on. We have a new business coming to town. We've been working with Mazda on Route 22. I don't know if you guys happen to see that going up, but there's a temporary tent, and then they're going to put a brand-new building. We met with the chief the other day, or the captain, actually. What we're going to make them do, though, is put some Jersey barriers up in front of that tent because it's kind of in a dangerous spot. If somebody goes with one of the U-turns or misses, they could drive into the tent. So we want to make sure that's protected. You'll see tonight we're applying for a grant for Diamond Hill for repaving. And on Monday, just hopefully happens, we are hopefully in court on the fencing at the Gomes property. We will give you an update and let you know what's going on with that. That's about all I wanted to touch on for the moment, except when we get to your part, Mr. Mayor will touch on the rest of it.
Touch on a little bit on garbage and recycling.
Yes.
I have no questions of you. We've been back and forth a lot over the last few days, so thank you. Any
Did
questions?
anything happen with Gomes?
No, in fact, I sent Matt Jessup, our redevelopment attorney, I sent him a text this morning. I called him this afternoon. He texted me back tonight. There's been no communication with them. So I said to him, okay, what's our next step? At some point,
You have to do something. I mean,
we got to do something different.
we're known as this town on Morris Avenue with this construction just sitting there.
Understood.
I mean, you have to do, I'm not, after you, but Matt's gonna have to step up with his big boy pants.
This, and I live down the block from it, a block away. I'm just going to say this. If we all dislike this building more than I could even put in words in front of this microphone.
It's not a building.
Yeah, right, this empty lot. We're working very hard to get it done. With that said, Mr. Huber lives around the block from there.
I pass it every day.
We're,
I live down the
This
street.
is bad.
Erica lives down the block from it. Apatese lives down the block with it.
I mean, we talked to a lot
I
of
live the
people.
block with it.
We all talked to a lot of people over the weekend.
Yeah,
This past weekend.
we're,
The only thing everyone said, what are you doing with that? And I said, we're doing legally what we can do. But it takes time to get it.
Please let's not lose sight of one thing, though, you know? Sometimes it's easy to let one thing spiral out of control, and the fact of the matter is this, is that Springfield's a fantastic town. You're not complaining about the DPW and your parks being dirty, or your streets being not clean, or your streets not being safe, or your fire department not being staffed. It's a great town.
Hey, we'll go a step further. There is one project that has certainly stalled out. I don't think we can debate that. It's not what we want at all. It's not what we envisioned, and a lot of us didn't even vote for it up here.
Right.
And we're locked in from a past administration. But since that project, there has been a number of other projects that have been approved, that have been completed, and are on the verge of completion.
Fantastic.
That will bring in a lot new families to our town, that will begin what our ultimate hope is of progressing the downtown redevelopment, and will one day get us there. So we can't lose sight of that either. And that's been a lot of work of us up here over the last 4 years.
Mr. Mayor, I was up at the Saks Project, Metropolitan, this week. Mike Disco and I went up, and it's just amazing how far along they are.
They are.
They're just about ready to open up and start renting the townhouses.
It is incredible. And let me tell you, hearing from my counterparts in Milburn, you know, I think it's a project that we're all proud of, and that will bring and rejuvenate and breathe new life into both downtowns.
Yeah,
I don't want people to get discouraged because, you know, don't let one bad apple, because there are going to be other projects in the downtown that will be coming up that we're going to need to talk about, and we're not going to have a repeat of what we had. It's just unfortunate.
Because it's a new administration. That cannot drive that home enough, that it is.
And not only that, to Deputy Mayor Weber's point, just like we can't hang our hat on one nice thing that happens, we can't also just be, you know, down on one thing, although it's obviously an issue to all of us. It's, you know, there are other things going on as well, and we all agree it's not a good look.
no, it's a fabulous town, and then this is, you know,
Can we start charging him rate,
Well,
taxes or?
Well, he pays taxes only on empty lot right now with a partial improvement going on. We'd have to ask our tax assessor what that is, but I'm sure it's probably small.
it's certainly not equal to what it was with a building on it.
No.
I think we all know that.
Definitely not.
Hey, I don't think we're going to get this solved today, but we continue to work on it, and it's priority numero uno for, I think, every single person up here. And I think we'll have progress in the coming months and some new news sooner than later. Any further questions for our administrator?
Can I add one thing to his? I just want to add something.
Yeah, go right ahead.
As far as the business on 22 East and asking that barricades be placed, well, it's not even asking, it's telling them they're going to put barricades. I think the day, and the reason for that, it's precautionary, but I think the day of the meeting, we had an accident on the westbound side where somebody had a medical episode and went off 22 into a lot of one of the businesses there and struck a bunch of parked cars. So if that was a business where you had tables outside, that's the reason we request these types of things. So it's not overkill, not to use that phrase, but it's we always err on the side of caution.
And something I know nobody kind of sees it goes on in the background, but just so everybody understands, when we have something like this, we bring in fire, police, our building department, our engineer. Everybody sits around a table and looks at these things and tries to figure out what's the right thing and the best thing to do. So it's not done in a vacuum. So just so everybody realizes that it's a team effort.
Not at all. All right, with that being said, let's move on to minutes and reports. Do I have a motion?
Motion for regular and executive meeting minutes of September 13, 2022, as emailed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes carry. No new business. We have no new ordinances and no first readings, but we will move on to resolutions. Before we move on to resolutions, do I have a motion to add a resolution 2022-297 concerning our recycling contract and resolution 2022-298, our solid waste contract?
I would like to make a motion to add resolutions 2022-297 and 2022-298 to our agenda.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Roll call? Yep.
Deputy Mayor Weber?
Yes.
Committeewoman DuBois?
Yes.
Committeeman Huber?
Yes.
Mayor Kaiser?
Yes. All right. We will then adopt the resolutions on a consent agenda. If you would like a resolution pulled, please let me know as I read through them. Resolution 2022-284, Resolution 2022-285, Resolution 2022-286, Resolution 2022-287, Resolution 2022-288, Resolution 2022-289, Resolution 2022-290, Resolution 2022-291, Resolution 2022-292, Resolution 2022-293, Resolution 2022-294, Resolution 2022-295, Resolution 2022-296, Resolution 2022-297, pull, and Resolution 2022-298. I will also pull that. So, do I have a motion?
Motion for, as read,
For a few of them.
resolution 2022, 284 through
296.
97.
96.
96.
Old 97.
Oh, 96.
Yep. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Okay. Committeeman Huber?
Yes.
Committeewoman DuBois?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Kaiser?
Yes. All right. Madam Clerk, would you read Resolution 2022-297?
This resolution authorizes the award of a contract to Giordano Company, Inc. for recycling collection services to commence as of January 1, 2023.
Okay, so everybody, I was not looking forward to do this on my term, but unfortunately our contract had expired. Every few years, we enter into a contract for both solid waste pickup and recycling pickup. We were out of options as of this year. I think this was our second option for a total of a 5-year contract for both, and it expired. A few weeks ago, we went out to bid. We have a bid back for both solid waste and recycling, and today the committee went through, reviewed both bids along with the administration, and found the best ways to try to save the township money and without hopefully impacting the residents too much with cuts. In regards to our recycling contract, there will be some changes in this upcoming year. Instead of a 1-day-a-week pickup for the entire town, the town is going to now be split back up into zones. I think we did this many, many years ago. So certain people will be picked up on a certain day, and another half of the town will be picked up on another day. Before this pickup starts in January, before the new schedule, the township does plan to mail a mailing to everybody, informing them of this, reminding them about recycling, and informing you of your day of the week that recycling will be picked up. In regards to recycling, did I miss anything, Jeff?
The only thing I was going to add to that is that we are having a flyer mailed to everyone, which will list on one side the dates, and on the back side it will list your street. So you just have to kind of match the two together, and that's when your recycle will be picked up.
In regards to, hold up.
Just to be clear, you're getting your recycling once a week. The only thing that's changing is you might have a change of day, but you're getting your recycling. There's no change.
Exactly.
There is no change in that. Recycling, we won't be making a change. You won't be losing any service. It's still going to be single stream. If you look to other towns are going back to splitting up both cardboard and plastic and not picking them up and picking them up every other week. So in Springfield, we've remained once a week, just multiple days. That allows the to use less manpower, put less trucks on the road, and ultimately save the township some money compared to other municipalities. With that being said, I'll explain the waste management when we go to that resolution. So,
Roll call?
yeah.
Motion?
A motion?
Motion to adopt resolution
297.
2022-297 as read by Madam Clerk.
Do I have a second? All roll call?
Deputy Mayor Weber?
Yes.
Committeeman Huber? Committeewoman Du Bois?
Yes.
Mayor Kaiser?
Yes. Madam Clerk, please read Resolution 2022-298.
This resolution authorizes the award of a contract to Regional Industries LLC for solid waste collection, transportation, and disposal services to commence as of January 1, 2023.
Okay, so this is our solid waste pickup. We had to make some hard decisions on this one. This was a little harder, but we tried to lessen the impact to the residents. As you know, I think everybody knows, and I didn't note this in the recycling, prices are going up everywhere, whether it be fuel that we use every single day or whether it be a food store. While inflation is cooling off from the latest report, it's still not there yet, and stuff like this impacts, right? They have to pay workers more, they have to use more fuel, insurance costs go up for the businesses. These are fixed costs for the solid waste business, and their tipping costs all go up. So that all flows downhill, and we ultimately have to take on that burden. In this regard, the amount of money the contract is going up. To lessen that, we made the hard decision to cut back on the amount of bulk days and bulk pickup in a year. Presently, we have 4 bulk pickups a year, once a quarter. In this new contract, we will be reducing that to 2 bulk pickups a year. So 1 in the first half of the year, 1 in the second half. That was not an easy decision, but it ultimately will save us multiple thousands of dollars. In regards to making that cut, that allowed us to keep twice a week pickup in the summer. That was something that was non-negotiable to this committee, and I think we've heard from the residents many years prior, and hear from the good news every single year in the summer when that kicks in. That was something that this committee did not want to lose, and we ultimately kept. So I don't think there'll be much changes to the schedule of pickup like it was to recycling, besides the reduction in bulk, but you will remain and will keep picking up once a week for the remainder of the rest of the year and twice in the summer. John, anything to add?
Days remain the same. If there's a holiday, it goes to Saturday. It's the same exact that we've had.
I think one of our conditions that we're working on right now is that for those people who happen to need bulk during one of the periods that are in between, we're going to try to arrange an area where they can take their own items, maybe?
I will speak to our DPW director in the morning.
That will,
If we can accommodate that.
hey, the good news there is bulk isn't right in the beginning of the year. I think that will leave us some opportunities to play around. I know a number of ideas were thrown out when we were discussing this, and we'll continue to discuss that. But please note, it's not going to be 4 days, 4 times a year. It's going to be twice. So make that conscious effort. But compared to neighboring towns, I believe South Orange, I believe Maplewood, doesn't have regular pickup or once a year. So I'm not saying hey, no one wants to cut services, but I think that was a better compromise to cut there than twice a week pickup in the summer. So with that, any other questions or discussion? Also, all of this we're going to put out online, at least the recycling. You'll probably be hopefully tired of hearing about it. That's my hope, is that you complain that you hear from us too much. I'm sure that'll go in the Patriot, and we'll get that information out to everybody, as well as a mailing for the recycling. So we will give you as much advance notice before the start of the new year. But we needed to make this contract decision tonight. Honestly, I think we're in a better position than I originally anticipated when we originally went out to bid. So with that, and we did only get 1 bid which is not unusual. That is not unusual for this industry.
So there was not exactly, 10 different
Choices.
companies waiting, to be picked. So we got 1 bid.
If you somehow think that you can do it cheaper, please get in the waste management business. I wish I was that lucky. With that being
Business
said,
to be in, I guess, at this point, yeah.
do I have a
I
motion?
did watch
Motion.
Sopranos.
I was going to make that joke, but I did not. Do I have a motion?
It's fine. I'm old. I'll go there. It's fine.
Motion to accept, 298?
Resolution 2022-298. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Huber?
Yes?
Committeewoman Du Bois?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Kaiser?
Thank you.
Who else has a song in their head now?
As
Who else has a song in their head?
as a fellow Italian American, I feel offended, Erica.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way.
I'm joking. I'm messing with you so hard. All right, moving on. We'll keep this truck moving. Discussion and action items. Do we have a motion?
I make a motion to find my. Okay. I make a motion to approve the request by the First Presbyterian Church to waive Planning Board application 10-2022-S fee in amount of $1,900. In the amount of, $1,900.
Second.
Do I have a second? Just before, I know it was covered by the local tap into. The First Presbyterian Church is, that application was for a sign, electronic sign on their property, right? I
Yes.
believe that was.
That's the one, yes.
And just to reiterate, I know the planning board worked out with them. It's going to help not only the church, but it will also allow, in times of emergency and distress and community events, they'll allow us to use it at certain times of the year. So it's a win-win for both the First Presbyterian Church, to allow them to modernize and not have to go out there and change the sign and advertise some of their programming, but allow the community to use it as well. So just wanted to highlight that, and I'm all in favor of waiving it. So, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Committeewoman Du Bois?
Yes.
Committeeman Huber?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Kaiser?
Yes. My favorite time of the year. Mr. Deputy Mayor, will you play some bills?
Make a motion for payroll and invoices for the period of November 23rd through December 13th, 2022, in the amount of $5,838,410.08, please.
Second.
Do I have a second? Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Weber? Yes. Committeeman Huber?
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois?
Yes.
Mayor Kaiser?
Yes. And correspondence. Had some great reading over the weekend. Mountainside Planning Board sent us a notice of a hearing on December 15, 2022 at 7:30 p.m. Was at their municipal building, and it was regarding 1445 and 1448 Forest Court. We had from the RVSA, we had their year of 2023 assessment and related information. And we received from Westfield, Ordinance 2022-20 and 21, land use, and those were for introductions. All fascinating readings. Hopefully you all read, and we filed away accordingly. And with that being said, it's time for public comment on any governmental issue. Now, before anybody from the public steps on up, we did get a question emailed to us from a Mr. Michael Bartosh at, do not laugh, Mr. Michael Bartosh of 77 Tudor Court. He's at Springfield, New Jersey at 07081. I will read his questions into the record, and then I will pass them on to Mr. Chief, who can either comment and or get back to Mr. Bartosh on his time. Mr. Bartosh writes, 1, we need a left-hand signal turn lights added to the corner of when you are going C on Hillside Ave and South Springfield Ave. Also, one going in the opposite direction, northwest, on Hillside Ave and South Springfield Ave. You can be waiting, especially if a tractor-trailer is trying to make a left turn, for sometimes 5 minutes to go straight across because the other lane is designated as right turn only. I've spoken to the town says it's the county. I've spoken to the county says it's the town. Number 2. They have to be the replacement by the bump out. What is that? I've never seen
Stanchions.
Stanchions. Is that how we spell stanchions? The stanchions. Thank you, Chief. Hard of reading. The stanchions have to be replaced by the bump out on Mizell Ave when exiting Walgreens. People just drive over the concrete divider. Chief Cook was kind enough to replace them twice, but I didn't want to bother him again, and I called the county because it is a county road. The county checked into it and advised me that it's within 250 feet of Morris Ave, that it's the state's problem. I've left multiple messages with the state DOT and still haven't gotten a call back. What do I have to do to get to safety issues resolved? I would be very happy to meet up and show the people involved the safety and traffic issues. Thank you, Mr. Bartosh, for your comments. What do we have to do, Chief Cook? Please take it away.
Regarding number 1, the county controls the intersection. We can certainly, I'm sure he said he spoke to someone from the county, and the county says it's our issue. I'll speak to somebody from the county, let them know the concerns. I understand what his concern is. We've had issues in the past with the South Springfield Avenue traffic. Eventually got it rectified, but it's not a quick fix. So I will look into that. And number 2, it is the state. We've called the state in the past on numerous items. They don't get back to us either, so he shouldn't feel that he's, being picked on, because it doesn't matter if it's a governmental entity calling, it's the state gets around to it when the state gets around to it.
So we'll follow up with the state and we'll follow up with the county, Chief?
Yes, correct.
Hillside Avenue ours? Is that our street?
Hillside Ave is, the intersection is county.
But at Hillside Avenue, why can't we just say, take the right hand, he's talking about the right hand lane instead of just, why can't we just take the arrows away, take the signs away and say, okay, you go straight or make a right. That's it. That's done. Why can't we just do that? County doesn't care. County keeps on pushing it off on us and we push it off on them. Just get the signs and take it away. And say,
yeah, well, if the county says, obviously we're going to speak to them. If they say that we can do that at our expense, then if that's what we feel is the best resolution to it, then that's, we'll deal with that.
I don't mean to put you on spot.
No, that's fine. I understand what he's talking about.
Mike has come to this meeting 10 years, and he's always said about that. We always said, we'll call the county, and county just calls the town, you know. I'm tired of it.
Government inefficiency at its worst, but thank you, Mr. Bartosh, for always being honest and being a watchdog. With that being said, members of the public who have questions, comments, or concerns, please step on up. You have 5 minutes. If you wait, hold on, Mr. Groder, let me just read the number. If you're at home and wish to participate, you can call us at 973-232-4442. But we do have a member of the audience that stepped on up. Mr. Groder, would you state your name and address for the record?
Robert Groder, 98 Washington Avenue, and I have 3 minutes because I have an auction.
You have 5 minutes, Mr. Groder.
No, I have 3.
We will not interrupt you up here, but you...
No. I have an auction ending in 3, so I have 3. All joking aside. All right.
What are you bidding on, can I ask?
Yes, the question happens to be returns as well.
Okay.
On Washington Avenue, you can only make a right onto, this is loud, Morris Avenue.
It may be loud in here, but...
no problem.
To pick it up at home.
Yet on Battle Hill, Colonial, and South Maple, you can make a left. Colonial Terrace is a terrible turn to make a left with that big building. South Maple is right next to the light. Yet I live on Washington Avenue, and I got to go several blocks over just to make a turn. Battle Hill has a traffic light. And I want to know why all these years they don't allow a left there. And then another question, on Morris Avenue, you're not allowed a left onto your street. They put a regulation in between 4 and 6, which is great. Why is my street one of those that's singled out? I want to make a left out of my own street, and I'm not allowed to. What's the safety issue? Would that be Chief Cook?
Mr. Chief?
I'm sure there was a reason they came out. That's been in effect
forever.
For as long as I know. Usually things come into effect usually because something had happened. That I'd have to go back and look into. But
Is that us, Chief, or that comes out to a state road?
I mean, again, Morris Avenue is a state road.
And
Numerous residents complained to us that between 4 and 6, it was being all of those streets were being cut throughs. So at that point,
But he's talking on the exit, isn't he? You're talking on...
Yeah, he's talking about coming out.
Coming out of Washington Avenue onto...
Knowing that you're... I just wonder, just theorizing, and I don't know, we can talk from this. You're the last street, so you might be... Could the driver potentially be blocked by the bridge there? You might not get a full look view of your right-hand side when you're pulling out. That's the only thing that I could think of.
I don't know. It baffles me because the other streets allow it, and I think my street is...
Here's my guess, is that you have a traffic light where the old money store used to be right there.
Correct. You mean to the right, into Union, yes.
That light is green nonstop for the Morris Avenue traffic coming down. The minute that light turns red, the traffic coming off of where the old money store, where the children's hospital turns left onto there. My guess is that at one point there was, and there still is, there was a constant flow of traffic, and it just made sense to not have somebody get clipped from both sides coming across.
Okay, well, I want to know if anyone could look into it, though, because it's really not an unsafe corner.
Not unsafe until it is unsafe.
Well, I mean, to me, it doesn't seem to be.
Chief will look into it, and we will get back to your question.
And I won my auction. Thank you.
What did you win?
Autographed book by Jay Leno and an autographed DVD by Jay Leno. It's all for charity for the Mayo Arts Center. I'm a member there. Awesome. It literally just ended as I'm speaking, and I was hoping to get to do this before, but the timing was, I just won it.
Good luck.
Thanks. I'm a big Jay Leno fan. Thank you. That was my question.
Very cool.
Okay. Do we have any other members of the public wishing to address this body? And or if you are at home, I'll read the number one more time. 973-232-4442. That number again. 973-232-4442. Seeing nobody speaking. Hold on. You're not a member of the public.
Yeah, I live in Springfield.
Seeing no further members
I
of the
live in
public
Springfield,
stepping on
trust
up or calling, I'm going to close the public comment portion.
I have a public
Governmental
comment.
issue, and we can open it up to further comments up here. Hold up, everybody, hold up.
No, he wanted to speak.
Who?
Chief.
Chief is, yeah, he can speak on a governmental issue. Chief, take it away.
Well, it's a public comment. It's nothing that's in the agenda. It's just,
Chief, I discretion of the chair, I will allow it.
thank you.
Unless you're telling me off up here, I will
Thank you.
allow it.
It'll be quick. I erred at our last meeting, and I missed out on getting to acknowledge Mary Ellen Brennan, someone who left, our family here. Known Mary Ellen for several years, worked closely with her and relied on her a lot when I was sitting in the acting business administrator spot. We've become members of a lot of different associations, a lot of colleagues in common. I know she's highly respected amongst her colleagues and her peers. I just want to say, I'm proud, not only to call her a great colleague, but an even better friend to me over the years. And I'm saddened, as we all, we had the comments the last meeting, saddened to see her leave. But I do have respect for, her reasons that she had chosen to do so. And her diversity and her knowledge is certainly going to be missed here. So I just wanted to publicly acknowledge that. Thank you.
So appreciate that, and all of us up here have certainly acknowledged Mary Ellen and thank her for her service. With that, I think you wanted to make a comment?
Yeah, I just want to say one thing regarding Township of Springfield leaf pickup. You can bag your leaves. If you want to bag your leaves and you're not happy with the leaves at the curb, bag them. Take them to the pool, get rid of them. You can leave them on the curb, and DPW will come and pick them up. The leaves we allow the leaves to be left at curbside for your convenience. Some houses will have 100+ bags of leaves. That is a backbreaking chore to do. If you'd like to do it, though, you can. In regards to, I've heard some complaints about the leaves being spread out along the curbs and taking up parking spaces. Have your landscapers, or you, put them into a pile, make a pile that is, not stretched along the curb, and we will come pick them up also. But if the leaves bother you, bag them up, take them to the pool, or we'll come pick them up. Thank you.
Yeah, but wait, we stopped picking up when?
We stop picking up the end of December.
Yeah, we're not done yet.
We're not done yet. They're still going to come
I
around
want
for
them to come out in
another.
January and say, well, gee, I just put my leaves out the other.
No. Everybody will be notified when the final pickup happens.
A house on my street for sale, and his backyard is loaded. It's gonna, and
Well, what's going to happen is that after it's all done, they're going to go over there, they're going to dump them on the street and complain that we're not picking up the leaves.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I just don't want people to understand, you understand?
Any
Call
other
for
comments
adjournment?
before I hold it up. I said 8:15. I'm going to keep everybody here till 8.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
Final comment. I really do want to thank police and fire, Santa Claus, the Grinch, Committeeman Weber, Committeewoman DuBois, Committeeman Capides for organizing our annual Santa drive around.
Hey, wait a minute,
was
I just want to
a-
add something to that. If you didn't get a candy cane, go to the firehouse, they have plenty.
There was a lot of candy canes. I threw some out of the back window in the morning. I had a lot of fun. Mr. Groder, don't tell us that. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. But no, truly, it was a special day, and that was a huge thanks to the police and who caught the Grinch and the fire who drove everybody around. It was really a nice day. So thank you for everything you guys did this year with that.
The feedback from the town, there was a lot of appreciation for all of it, and the mom in town, and the name escapes me because I couldn't go back and find it, so if they actually see this, I want to thank the mom again who found the Santa Tracker app for Santa, because that was, well-liked by a lot of
Yes,
kids.
I got
so
calls about that too.
that was very cool. So I appreciate community input when things are going on in the community. So it was pretty cool.
And the driver was very good too.
Driver.
All right, with that,
Yeah, I'll tell you, we drove,
12:31, county closes at that.
12:31.
we drove 8 hours, 9 hours at 5 to 8 miles an hour. By the time we were done, that transmission in that truck was stuttering and smoking. It was a long day to drive them around and make sure they weren't shuffled around so bad.
the kids loved it so.
I mean, you were out, listen, Santa was out for 34 degree, what was 34, 35 degree weather for 8, 9 hours. It was cold. It was a lot. You know,
People come up and
That's why the reindeer don't come. They complain about the cold.
it was,
They can only do one night a year.
Reindeer are unionized, Santa is not. So they just.
With that also, so any other comments before?
Oh, the Rise Against Hunger was a huge success. I know Linda was
Yeah, you were
there.
there.
I know Craig was there. I know my little one put in some work and was doing some manual labor, which I found to be pretty impressive and shocking because I can't get that done at home. So I'm glad she'll do it for others. And for everyone who was there, it's appreciated. It's nice to see the community come together, so.
Yes, it was. While I was not there, I did see the pictures and talked to the Rotary and certainly appreciative. We did some good work during this holiday season for them.
It's nice to have it back, post-COVID lockdowns and things.
With that being said, before we motion to adjourn, we are scheduled to meet on December 27th as of right now. Everybody keep an eye out. Discretion of the mayor, we'll see what we can do, if we'll have that meeting or not. Or we might move that around, depending on any last-minute business before the town for the end of the year. So just be on standby, guys, in regards to that. We may try to move that around, depending on when we get some information back for some things that we have to close up for the end of the year. With that being said, everybody, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and hopefully everybody, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. Everybody have a good holiday and a happy New Year if we do not see you on December 27th.
Happy Festivus.
Happy Festivus.
I'm sorry.
With that being said,
is there a blood drive on the 29th?
is there a blood drive on the 29th?
yes.
I believe there is, and they were asking for volunteers.
Okay.
We posted it.
Well, we posted it. Awesome.
We need blood.
We do.
29th of December, blood drive, Chisholm Center, same thing as always. Please show up.
Come on down.
Okay.
Come on down, get some cookies
With that
and
being
juice.
said, do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes, carry, go in peace.